Hey everybody, I'm Zach.
And I'm Jesse.
You're watching Tesla Time News.
Episode 468.
On Now You Know. Welcome back.
Thank you.
I'm going to have to get used to turning to the right now again.
And I just want to thank Will from Tesla Jigsaw so much for filling in for me for those 3 days. It felt like 3 months, but that's a sign of a good vacation. So thank you so much, Will. I really appreciate it.
So Tesla's head of investor relations, Travis Axelrod, shared some new information with some Wall Street analysts, and Morgan Stanley has posted what they learned during the meeting.
Ooh, what did we learn?
Well, we learned that Tesla will launch 10 to 20 robotaxis in Austin in June, and it will be invite only at first.
I feel like we already knew that from the earnings call.
Yeah, I think so. In terms of Optimus, though, we learned that Tesla will be offering investor tours of Optimus low-scale manufacturing in Q4.
And so that'll be in Fremont, right?
Probably, because Tesla said that they can produce 12 Optimuses on the second floor at any time with capacity of 1,000 per month. Then when they get to the second-gen Optimus, they're targeting 10,000 a month. And then when they get to third-gen Optimus, they are targeting 100,000 per month. And the neural nets for Optimus, they said, are larger than the ones used in Tesla vehicles. Interesting. Makes sense. It has to do more than a car does.
It's a lot more complicated. Your car doesn't have any arms.
And your car can't cook.
It can cook at the drag strip.
That's true. It can burn rubber.
Yeah.
In terms of Dojo, which is Tesla's training supercomputer, we learned that Dojo 2 will come out in 2026 and will be more efficient than Dojo 1 and cheaper than NVIDIA's solution. Dojo 3 is expected in 2028, and Tesla believes that they will narrow the performance cap for application-specific integrated circuits.
Oh, what?
I thought you were going to help me with that one.
Well, I mean, no, I don't. I mean, it just means that they're going to be able to make better.
Better.
They're going to make better chips?
I think so.
Better circuit boards?
And Tesla believes that 10xing their compute and acquiring much cheaper compute chips could unlock even further advances. Sounds kind of like some investor speak to me, but I don't know.
It's investor speak, but I think what's really funny is that Tesla has gone from being a car company to being a car and energy company to now being kind of just a future
future company.
Like a company that really understands and is going to be a part of the future. And I think that a lot of people aren't ready for that ride, if I'm being perfectly honest, and I may be talking to you. It's going to be just a wacky roller coaster of new stuff that I don't think that anyone is used to talking about, such as AI and robots and stuff like that. And I think it's a little scary.
Yeah. Speaking of the future, Tesla posted, we are pleased to welcome Jack Hartung to Tesla's board of directors effective June 1st. So Jack Hartung spent nearly 20 years at McDonald's and then started at Chipotle as their CFO in 2002 until transitioning to Chipotle's president and then chief strategy officer until his retirement this year on June 1st. Jack will join Tesla's board as an independent director on June 1st and serve on the audit committee.
So what is an independent board member?
It's a person like Jack that has no material ties to the company and is not involved in daily operations, so that ensures kind of objective decision-making and oversight.
So I see that in Hartung's SEC filing, he revealed that his son-in-law has worked at Tesla as a service technician since 2016, but that this does not affect Jack from being independent since his son-in-law's salary is standard and they don't share a residence.
Right. It's not like his wife or something works for the company.
So he must be getting big bucks being a Tesla board member, huh?
Well, I thought so, because the average in America is $300,000 to $500,000 a year to be on a board of directors of a big company.
Sounds fun, huh?
But it's interesting to note that not only did Jack waive his compensation of cash or equity pay, so he'll be paid zero, but all Tesla directors have gotten no cash or stock options since 2023. So this is the current makeup of Tesla's board and when they started.
Right, but how much do they get paid?
Okay, well, here's that chart.
It just says waived.
Yeah, since 2023, the entire Tesla board of directors has waived both cash and stock-based compensation.
But many of the directors do have Tesla stock options, right?
Yes, here's a chart of that. So they got those stock options prior to 2023. And you might be wondering, like, how do you work for a company and not get paid at all? Well, the fact is these people either have the previous stock options or they made their money other places. Like Joe Gebbia was the co-founder of Airbnb, so he's already a billionaire.
Right. But Hartung is supposed to, like, have, does he just not own any stock or does he own stock?
I don't know. Maybe he owned stock previously. I don't know if he has to put that into like a black box. I don't know.
But then, like, what are you working for?
I know, right?
There's people who work at charities that get paid more than that.
Right.
I'm sure I don't understand it. So if you understand it, you can just put it in the comments and thank you.
So Tesla just launched their Everyday Heroes program, which offers $1,000 off the purchase of a new Model S, 3, X, Y, or Cybertruck.
Ooh, who qualifies for this?
Eligible groups include military veterans, retirees, active duty members, their spouses and surviving spouses, first responders, students, and teachers. So verification is required through ID.me.
So is the discount stackable?
Yes, this is stackable with existing finance offers and the Refer and Earn program, but not with the Lyft driver program.
So, I mean, I think it's pretty hard to be both a military veteran and a first responder and a student and a teacher.
No, it's not stackable that way.
Oh.
I don't believe. I meant stackable with other offers, other finance offers.
Yeah, it would be hard to be both an active duty.
You could be almost all 7 if you wanted to be, right?
It's pretty hard. A lot of those, I mean, can you be both the student and the teacher? So when does this program end?
There doesn't appear to be an end date published yet, so I'm not sure when it will end, but if you are interested, I would sign up right away.
Absolutely. Thanks to our friends at Armored Cyberglass for sponsoring this episode.
So Armored Cyberglass's mission is to provide unparalleled security and innovation by delivering cutting-edge, bulletproof glass for Cybertrucks.
Armored Cyberglass has even caught the attention of Elon Musk on X.
Armored Cyberglass is a family-owned company that patented lightweight and ultra-durable glass used in over 5,000 vehicles across the U.S. It's now available for your Cybertruck.
Armored Cyberglass was recently featured on Tim Kennedy's show when they simulated a carjacking or assault to someone inside the Cybertruck.
Dang! There's nothing here.
Whoa, that is so cool. So you can shoot out of the Cybertruck to protect yourself, even though they can't shoot in.
It's insane. And the windows still work because it's so thin.
Yeah, go watch Tim Kennedy's whole video because that was incredible. He used a bunch of different kinds of weapons and you could see what happened.
Armored Cyberglass can custom make glass to any thickness required, and they will reinforce the Cybertruck doors to also stop rifle rounds.
So go to the link below to add which Armored Cyberglass package you want or request a sales call.
And if you use the promo code CYBER5, you will get 5% off.
And get this, I think we're the first to tell everyone about this. There is a limited time offer that ends on May 31st, so listen up. Get a free premium mobile installation of Armored Cyberglass exclusively in your city across the USA.
Secure your spot now by placing a deposit at armoredcyberglass.com.
Once your deposit is in, they will contact you to schedule your installation at a time that works best for you.
Don't wait, availability is limited.
So FSD Supervised version 13.2.9 has been released by Tesla. So far, about 30% of the fleet appears to have it.
Tesla Europe and Middle East posted FSD Supervised can handle Arc de Triomphe, no problem. If there's a bigger roundabout in France, please let us know in the comments, pending regulatory approval. So the traffic going around the Arc de Triomphe is insane.
Yeah, so I remember driving around it with you years ago. We were returning a rental car, and I think I still have PTSD from it because that was insane. And Tesla is testing FSD somewhere else unexpected. Tesla AI posted FSD supervised testing in Melbourne, Australia, and yes, that's a hook turn.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Giga Berlin because Tobias Lind spotted Model Ys at Giga Berlin, now moving new Model Ys from the factory to the outbound lot fully autonomously using FSD unsupervised.
Yeah. So we just got .9 a couple days ago in our Cybertruck and our Model Y. And while you were still away, I went and tested 13.2.9 in the Model Y for over 50 miles through cities, highways, suburbs. It felt even smoother than .8, which was already amazing.
So what was changed?
A couple of the big improvements are that this update was built on 4.2 times more data than .8.
So more diverse driving scenarios, which probably means an enhanced ability to generalize and adapt to new situations.
Yeah, and it also thinks 2 times faster. So basically photon to reaction speed has improved 2 times. So like .9 did something I never saw .8 do. So in 2 instances, I encountered police officers directing traffic and the car followed their hand gestures, in one case continuing through an intersection, even though the officer was in the crosswalk, and the other at a construction site where the car followed the officer's gestures to go into the oncoming lane, to get around the construction. Like, I'm talking seamlessly, like I was driving. I did have to take over when we got to a tow truck that was blocking both lanes, and people in my direction of travel were pulling onto someone's lawn to get past it. Yeah, my car stopped, and so I took over to follow the same illegal move because I didn't want to get completely yelled at by my fellow Massachusetts drivers.
Move your car, you bum! What's wrong with you? You retarded or something?
So what do you think? Does this version of FSD give you confidence that Tesla can get to FSD unsupervised soon?
Yes, definitely. This version drove really smoothly. I could kind of feel that it was reacting even quicker than before, but I will say there are a couple new features that are going to be needed. Okay, one that comes to mind is pothole avoidance. I actually try not to interfere and let the car hit potholes so that I can see what happens and get to see the improvements each level. But so far, there is no sign that FSD cares at all about potholes. And here in New England, we have some killer potholes. I'm talking about ones that'll break your car. So I have to take over for those or else my car would break. Number two is something we talk about a lot, which is what you call game sense.
Yeah, I can't wait until FSD can think and develop like a plan that's at least 1 or 2 orders ahead of where it normally is. For instance, do what humans do and think, okay, there's my exit coming up soon, so I'm not going to change into the far left lane right now to save 3 seconds when I know I'll have to change back into the right lane 11 seconds after that.
Right. Or that car is swerving and driving erratically. I think I'll stay clear of it for safety reasons, which is what safe drivers do. And lastly, it doesn't seem like FSD gives much weight to turn signals or brake lights on other vehicles. I think it sees them because I see them on the screen, but it almost seems to ignore them, and they're there for a reason.
Oh, and has 0.9 reduced the driver nag?
Yes, I noticed a reduction in driver nag by, I would say, like 20%. So .9 seemed to let me look at the screen or away from the road for a bit longer before it nagged me to keep my eyes on the road.
Interesting. Well, let us know in the comments, what are your FSD improvements that you'd like to see?
All right, it's time for the Cybertruck Roundup.
Yeehaw! The Cybertruck Roundup.
Tesla is sending emails to Cybertruck reservation holders saying that June 15th is the deadline for taking delivery with the $7,000 FSD price from 2019.
After that, reservation holders will have to pay the current $8,000 price for FSD.
We have quite a few of those reservations. Texas drone pilot Joe Tegmeyer spotted hundreds of Cybertrucks at Giga Texas. So all this talk about like, nope, there's no more Cybertrucks being sold. Guess that's not true. And you're going to have to join us on Patreon bonus stories this week because we've got some great footage from Joe showing what happens once the cars are done being built at the Gigafactory and where they go from there. All right, it's time for some SpaceX news. And CNH Industrial, which is the parent company of Case, New Holland, and the Steyr brand farm tractors, has just signed a deal with Starlink to bring high-speed internet to their tractors, which they say will unlock seamless digital farming in the most rural areas around the world. Kikius Maximus, which is Elon this week, said Starlink's high-speed, low-latency internet is now available in Bahrain.
Extra points if you can spot Bahrain on a map. Here you go. Point at your screen. And how'd you do? Put it down in the comments below.
Starlink posted, Starlink Mini is portable, fits in a backpack, and connects to high-speed internet in minutes.
Yeah, we already knew that.
Yeah, but now it's $299. $200 off the standard price for the Starlink Mini kit in the US until May 28. Puppy not included.
So to keep track of what SpaceX has been doing is hard because their launch cadence is so fast.
Yeah, so far this year, SpaceX has had 42 launches and deployed 1,029 satellites.
How many Starlink satellites have been deployed overall?
SpaceX has deployed 8,636 Starlink satellites in all.
Wow.
Kikius Maximus said, great work by the SpaceX team.
So how about the Starship launch Flight 9? Is that still on for this week?
Well, as far as we know, the FAA still has not granted the launch license for Starship's May launch as they await the close to the mishap investigation. That was the last test that blew up in flight. So SpaceX did file a NOTAM, which is a notice to airmen, for May 21st through the 25th.
So that would imply a potential launch of Flight 9 during that time frame, but it's still not clear if we're go for this week.
Yeah, we'll keep following it, of course, and give you an update on Tuesday if there's any new updates. All right, it's time for Into the Future. Sponsored by our friends at Henson Shaving, and I guess I'll have to hand the razor back to you.
Thank you very much. Yeah, if you want to get the best razor you can, here it is. You don't get mine. You go over to hensonshaving.com, use our code Now You Know at checkout, and you can get 100 blades for free.
So we just reviewed one of the coolest products on our Now Let's Review channel. It's the Yarbo autonomous lawnmower.
What the heck is this thing? This is the Yarbo. We're going to review it for you here on Now Let's Review.
It is so cool that we're alive during the age of autonomous robots. At least before they take over the planet, we can now have them mow our lawns for us.
Yeah, we review and film a lot of cool products like e-bikes and scooters and stuff like that, but I don't think that we've ever gotten the kind of attention we received from people while reviewing and filming the Yarbo.
Yeah, a bunch of people just stopped in the middle of the road and were like, I need one of those.
Just the fact that this electric robot can autonomously mow your entire lawn while you're taking a nap is amazing enough.
But it can do so much more. So you are going to want to check out our full review over on Now Let's Review to not only see all its features and how it works, but as an added bonus, Jesse and Yarbo got into a tug of war.
Are you strongest? I haven't seen it, but...
And let's just say there was a clear winner.
Comment down below. Which one do you think won, me or Yarbo?
So this is the first time that I am actually looking forward to my lawn.
Yeah, because you're not going to have to mow it.
And because we can use some of Yarbo's abilities to help seed it, aerate it, and fertilize it.
Yeah, we came up with some cool attachments that even the company didn't know about until we told them.
So there's a couple other great aspects of the Yarbo autonomous lawnmower that I didn't really think about until I watched some of my neighbors mowing their lawns. One is that you'll never have to drive to the gas station for gas again. Filling up the gas can and being careful not to spill gas all over the place and then having to put the smelly gas can into your car, yuck. Then the peace and quiet. My lawn mowing is not adding to the noise pollution in the neighborhood, which I can actually hear one of my neighbors mowing the lawn right now with all those loud, sneaky machines.
And it's now just one less thing for you to think about. And you get a whole new pair of shoes that you don't have to ruin.
Exactly. I think autonomous lawnmowers are going to become hugely popular as they free up people's time to do things you want to do and potentially save a lot of money on hiring a lawn crew.
Get all the features, stats, price, how it's set up, the pros, the cons, everything about the Yarbo autonomous lawnmower on Now Let's Review.
We'll put the link in the show notes.
And you can find out why Zach is now looking forward to the fall and winter because of some of the other things that Yarbo can do.
Don't miss it. All right, it's time for Going Green. So Tesla has opened their own aluminum recycling plant at Giga, Texas. Tesla has been working on it for the past 2 years, and now finally it appears to be online. The new recycling plant stores the waste aluminum from the 8 Giga presses, along with other aluminum scrap from the factories such as wheels and large ingots here. And now that the large furnace is open, it is so large that without needing to crush or shred the waste, Tesla can melt the recycled aluminum.
But it can't be high enough quality to just reuse in their cars.
Well, that's what's so cool about this new recycling system. There is a Tesla patented 3 megawatt holding furnace, which can remove impurities and adjust the alloy composition to meet Tesla's strict specifications. Tesla's recycling furnaces are connected to the melt furnaces at the die casting machines, so they can dose the recycled aluminum into the shot sleeve of GigaPress for casting. Are you impressed that I knew all the terminology there?
Wow. I mean, so this should help bring down costs even further for the Model Y, Cybertruck, and, of course, Cybercab.
Yeah, because instead of now just storing the waste, sending it out to someone else, having to buy it back, it's all just put right back in.
Wow.
I mean, it's just amazing that Tesla has a patent on making this machine.
This is just one little itty bitty part of why Tesla is such an amazing company.
And this never comes up at the earnings calls.
Nobody talks about it. You don't read it in an article or anything like that. I mean, you know, New York Times isn't going to cover this. It's so boring.
All right, it's time for Sunspots. So Jesse Pelton, not this Jesse, another Jesse, who is also a smart dude that I highly recommend you follow on X, had another great post this week. He said, I keep seeing, sure, maybe solar works, but what about all the materials you need for the batteries? A battery that can store 100% of the daily production of a solar panel weighs less than the solar panel. Batteries are the most efficient way to provide peak power. That's why we use them on satellites. So take a look at this chart. Materials intensity of different clean electricity generation technologies. If I had named it, I would have called it how much stuff it takes to make equivalent power sources. But you be the judge.
Okay, so do I need to pay attention to all the different colors and materials?
No, I mean, you can if you want to. It's kind of fun to see what materials go into each technology. But for our purposes, you can just look at the heights of each bar.
Okay, so what's AP1000 in the first column and EPR in the second column? and small light water in the third.
Those are different types of nuclear power reactors.
Okay, so those use 300,000 to 600,000 tons of material to make 1 gigawatt of energy capacity. And so does onshore and offshore wind, probably because of the big concrete pads and the super high steel towers.
Right.
But wait, the solar farm uses only about 100,000 tons of materials.
Right. It's 3 to 6 times less materials.
Oh my God, I really almost missed that last column. If you could even call it a column, it's more like a line. That's LFP batteries. They practically use nothing.
Yep. They are super efficient at storing energy material-wise. So Jesse Pelton posted, at about 150 watt-hours per kilogram, a 23-kilogram LFP battery pack could store the full daily production of a 38-kilogram, 720-watt solar panel. Solar Plus Batteries provides orders of magnitude more energy per unit mass compared to any chemical fuel. He went on to say, a 38-kilogram solar panel generates as much electricity, get this, as 9,000 kilograms of diesel fuel. Or another way to think about it, we could burn 18,000 kilograms of coal directly to generate as much electricity as a 38 kilogram solar panel, or we could use it to produce about 13,000 kilograms of net grade silicon and use that to make more than 6,000 of those panels. You see, no matter how you look at it, solar and batteries are the answer.
We're going to discuss this more today on Patreon bonus stories, so please join us and help support independent journalism. We'll see you over there.
And if you'd like to get solar or batteries in your house, but you don't know where to start, talk to our friends at Energy Pal. They'll help you go solar and batteries for less. Tell them that Zach and Jesse sent you. All right, it's time for our Patreon bonus stories on our Patreon today. We've got so many stories just for our patrons.
You're really going to miss out if you aren't one of our amazing patrons.
There is so much news that doesn't fit into Tesla Time News.
And we bring our patrons a video every time we film a Tesla Time News.
So don't miss out for just $1 a month.
Also, we have a lot to talk about with our Investor Club members today.
So head on over to patreon.com/nowyouknow and support us.
Keep independent journalism strong. Join us over there. We'll see you soon.
All right, we're back from our Patreon bonus stories. It's time for Elon's X's of the Week. And Elon has changed his name yet again on X to Emperor Kikius Maximus. What does Keek mean?
I think it's the gaming equivalent of LOL.
My name is Maximus Decimus Meridius.
So Kikius Maximus said South Africa has now passed 142 laws forcing discrimination against anyone who is not black. Even though I was born in South Africa, the government will not grant Starlink a license to operate simply because I'm not black. This is a shameful disgrace to the legacy of the great Nelson Mandela, who sought to have all races treated equally in South Africa. Elon went on to say anti-white, anti-Indian, anti-Chinese, or anti-any race laws are not okay. This is just apartheid with a new name. Kikius Maximus said Tesla versus other electric car companies. And then he said quite a difference.
So if you want to know what this chart means, please consider joining our Investor Club on Patreon, where we get you bonus videos every week and much more.
Libs of TikTok said birth rates are plummeting. The global population is collapsing.
Now, Elon is worried about this trend, saying this is the end of humanity if not reversed.
Kikius Maximus says, yo, Timmy, how's your day, bro?
They've got that little stock app. I added Tesla to it to give me a little boost during the day.
And Elon said, keck.
Kikius said, generate charts with Grok now. Oh, nice.
Oh, that's going to make our job a lot easier.
Thank you, Grok.
It's going to make everybody's lives easier because it's like displaying information is one of the ways that you can actually get your brain to understand stuff.
All right, it's time for Supercharger reviews. Let's see what people have found out there in the world.
Hey everybody, so I'm over here at the Woodridge, Virginia Supercharger. As you can see, there's 10 stalls and it's at 31 cents a kilowatt hour. And actually you are at a mall here that's close to the interstate exit, and you have your choice of the food court. There's a couple restaurants here as well. There's a fast food stuff. There's Burger King, Chili's, Cheesecake Factory, a Caribbean place called Bahama Breeze that you can kind of see over there. I'll zoom in a little bit. So Bahama Breeze. It's also a movie theater, and there's a round one, which I believe is sort of like a Dave & Buster's kind of deal. One thing I noticed when I pulled in, as you can see here from the back of the screen, the etiquette here looks pretty bad. I mean, the charging cable on the floor. And if you look over this way, you're going to see that there's actually another one laying over there. So I found that a little odd. There's actually another restaurant there. I believe that's called a Wapo's. 7-Eleven is actually right next to it as well. Yeah, this is, again, Woodbridge, Virginia Supercharger on a nice cold November morning.
Hi, Zach and Jesse. It's Stan again. We are here in Elizabeth, Yorktown, Kentucky. We are at a version 3 Supercharger, 8-stall. It's in a Subway parking lot. I would say a little over half a mile off I-65. There's a full-service gas station across the road. Actually, there's 2 of them. Dollar General, liquor store if you want one. So being fairly close to I-65, plenty of food. I'm gonna rate this one probably 6.5 out of 10. And now you know.
Thank you so much for doing Supercharger reviews. We've got a map on our website where you can see everybody's reviews and upload your own.
All right, Jesse, what do we got for new Superchargers in the world?
We got number 87 in Hong Kong is the 3-stall version 4 in Kowloon Bay, Hong Kong.
Number 33 in Denmark, the 16-stall version 4 in Hillerød, Denmark.
Number 553 in California is the 16-stall version 4, 325 kilowatt in San Diego.
Number 94 in Pennsylvania, the 8-stall version 4, 325 kilowatt in Summerdale.
Number 30 in Missouri is the 16-stall version 4, 325 kilowatt in Jefferson City, Missouri.
Number 243 in Canada, the 12-stall version 4, they also got 325 kilowatts in Tofino, British Columbia, Canada.
Number 39 in Finland is the 8-stall version 4 in Forsa, Finland.
Number 68 in Illinois, the 12-stall version 3 in Galesburg.
Number 57 in Nevada is the 28-stall version 4, 325 kilowatt in Las Vegas at East Twain Ave.
You know what's cool about that one?
What?
You can see the sphere.
Oh, that's cool.
You can just sit there and watch it.
We got a picture of that a few weeks ago.
I think so. We got the 8-stall version 4 in Windesheschenbach, Germany.
We got the 3-stall in Minyang, China.
Got the 3-stall in Shanghai, China.
The 3-stall in Chuzhou, China.
The 3-stall in Jian, China.
Number 2,210 in China is the 3-stall version 3 in Nanchang.
What's cool about all those Chinese ones is that they're all version 3s now. So they're pumping out more kilowatts. We got number 265 in Germany, the 8-stall version 4 in Berlin.
Number 116 in Australia is the 4-stall version 4 in Armidale, New South Wales.
We have number 78 in Washington, the 8-stall version 4, 325 kilowatt in Cooley City.
Number 221 in France. Number 1,442 in Europe is the 9-stall version 4 in Pont, France.
Number 34 in South Carolina is the 12-stall version 4, 325 kilowatt in Bluffton, South Carolina.
And number 193 in Florida. Number 2,642 in the United States. Number 7,236 in the world is the 23-stall version 4, 325 kilowatt in Gainesville, Florida.
Thank you for joining us today, everybody.
Want to get your name here on the end credits?
Then join us on Patreon. What are you waiting for?
We want to leave everyone with this quote from Marcus Aurelius.
The object of life is not to be on the side of the majority, but to escape finding oneself in the ranks of the insane.
We'll see you on Tuesday.
Now you know.